everybody. Let me see here. I'm not, my light turned off. Sorry. So I'm here today to show you guys how to perfect your application. I know that some of you, I'm gonna see because I can't, there we go. I know that a lot, if not most of you, have already perfected it and know what to do. But there are some of you on here that are new and may need to learn a few tips and tricks. So, of course, one of the most important things about this business is, of course, our nails and making sure we have a fabulous mani at all times. I'm currently working on Succulent and High Noon. Hi, Ellen. And I'm going to be applying a wrap over this nail, I think, and then I'm going to be showing you guys the 1, 2, 3 method that I use that I highly recommend. I love this method. I have been applying wraps now for almost 4 years, so that's a long time. So I have learned a lot of tips and tricks along the way. When I first started applying my wraps, I was using a hot iron, like a clothes iron, and a rice sock. I did not have the mini heater, which is like crazy. I don't know why, because like I was doing everybody's nails with a heated rice sock or rice bag, like a little rice baggie. And I did that for like months until I finally got my mini heater. So it's like especially when I'm like during parties and such like that, I like to, oh my, with an iron. Yeah, like I didn't iron my nails, but I held the rice sock up against the iron to heat it up, and then I dabbed it on my nails. And I did this like to all my friends and everything too. It worked for the most part, but when I got the mini heater, I was like mind blown. Like, why didn't I get this sooner? So, you know, when I'm doing my parties and such, I definitely push the basic bundle because, you know, you get the mini heater essentially for $1, and the mini heater is like, it's a game changer. Without the mini heater, it's just not as effective. So if you don't have a mini heater yet, I definitely suggest that be number one on the top of your list. But I'm assuming since all of you in this group are consultants, that you have your mini heater and that you have your jams and you've been practicing at least. I know that some of you who signed on in April, my daughter-in-law used a flat iron to heat them in the beginning. See, I'm not the only one. So for most of you who signed on in April, I know that you didn't get a huge assortment of like materials in your kit. You got your wrap, your heater, your application kit, which are wonderful items to have, like I just said, especially the mini heater. But these, which are sample sheets, are super important to have as well, because these are what you're going to practice with if you have not perfected your application yet, and these are what you're going to hand out to your customers. So I know that I've spoken to my new consultants about really investing in getting your accent sheets. I've sent my new consultants, I don't know if I said customers or consultants the first time, sorry, but I know that I've sent my my consultants a few of these just so you have these to practice with and really perfect that application. Also, in case you're wondering, last weekend we were shoveling snow pretty much, or I should say wiping snow off of our cars. And today it is near 90 degrees and we are sweating. We are dying. So I have air conditioners on in the other room, which is crazy because, like I said, it's like we go from winter to summer here like in an instant. So yeah, I wasn't prepared for that, so I'm a little bit steamy. Good idea. Practice. Definitely practice. And you know what? And even as seasoned consultants, which I, you know, have basically considered myself now a seasoned consultant, I still am learning, you know, different tips and tricks and what to do and what not to do. Yes, yuck. So, you know, every time I do a different mani, I'm like, well, maybe I should try this, or maybe I should try that, or if this isn't working a certain way, I will, you know, try something different. It's all trial and error. And, you know, for some women, it's they apply, they're done, and it's like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. And then for other women, it's a little bit more, maybe a little bit more challenging. We have to work with them a little bit. And so this method that I'm showing you guys is the 1, 2, 3 cold application. Hey! So it's the 1, 2, 3 cold application, and out of all of the applications that I've tried, this one by far, I just think it's the best. It is like a no-brainer. It is like, it's for, I think it's specifically for domed nails, which domed nails seem to be what most people struggle with the domed nail, but I find this application works beautifully. So let me see, like I got like all my tools for application as if I'm doing an application video in a party. So you guys already know the tools for application, but in case you don't, first and foremost, your biggest tool that you use before application is, actually I should ask a question in the crowd. So what is the most important thing to do before you even apply a wrap or a lacquer or a gel to your nail? What should you do to your nails before you even put anything on? I'll give you guys a couple of seconds and see if anybody responds. So this is like one of the most important steps in application, and a lot of the times it gets kind of left out. And prep. Kirsty has it. Angela has it. Yes, we prep our nails. Without proper prep, we've wasted all of that time. So yes, we need to prep our nails. Clean and push back the cuticles. Absolutely. So I know that a lot of you guys have seen my prep video. We post it in a few of our parties, and it's funny because sorry, I'm getting a little steamy here. It's funny because when I do post that video and my customers or guests watch that video, they will comment and say, oh my goodness, I had no idea that, I was supposed to do this, or I'm supposed to do that, or, you can hurt your cuticle, or, this, that, and the other thing. So definitely explaining that to your customers as well is huge. We really need to focus on the prep, get them used to prepping their nails. And whether, like I said, whether you're applying a jam or just a regular polish, keeping your nails nice and prepped and clean, and your cuticles nice and healthy is important. So I like to use the nail prep, or I call it the nail prep cuticle remover now because I use it all the time. So I like to use the cuticle remover when I'm prepping my nails. This is not mandatory, but it is awesome because it just kind of takes away that dead skin so nice. It's so important. Prep and removal is key because they damage their nails, they won't be back. That's right, exactly. So it's very, and I had to learn this along the way. This just didn't come to me. I had to kind of learn to teach that, you're not just teaching them how to apply the wraps, but you're also teaching them how to take care of their nails properly. When it comes to application and removal and stuff, you don't want them to damage themselves or their nails. So, proper prep and application and removal are super, super important. So if you guys don't know how to use, actually, I'm just going to tilt the camera so you guys can see because it's so much easier for me this way rather than keep going like this. But, and I have a whole bunch of stuff on my desk. So I use the cuticle remover, just as it says, in the instructions. I apply it to my cuticles, which I'm doing, and up down by the nail. I don't wait for it to dry. I kind of let it sit there for a little while, and then I just, call me on my shelf. We got these from Mexico. Oh, and look, I have a jam hanging off of it. We got these from Mexico. They're so cute. And then, use your metal spoon pusher. I'm using the actual cuticle groomer that we also sell. If you guys don't have this either, I absolutely love it. So I just use this or the metal spoon pusher, and I just kind of gently push back on my cuticle, kind of scrape a little bit because it does help remove that dead skin. Removing that dead skin from your nail is so important, and you would be shocked. If you've never removed that dead skin before, you'd be shocked at how much comes off, and you'd be shocked at how nice your nails look after application, or how much easier application is. So this is basically what I do. I've also obviously prepped my nails because I've come this far with this mani so far, which, like I said in the beginning, if you guys haven't gotten this succulent and this high noon yet, yeah, you have to get it because it is amazing. So after pushing back our cuticles and doing all of that, I always highly suggest washing your hands. Removing oils from your nails and from the skin around your nails is important. We know this because the oil breaks down the adhesive. So we want to make sure that your hands, my God, I'm getting my words mixed up here. Your hands are and nails are super clean. Most people have no clue about invisible cuticle, which can be halfway up your nail. Absolutely. So we want to make sure that we remove all that dead skin. And you know what? I didn't know that in the very beginning. I didn't know about invisible cuticle and stuff. You know, I was a newbie. I was just happy to find something that helped me stop biting my nails, and the rest is history, basically. So yes, I'm getting in there good. Normally, like I said, I would wash my hands. I would recommend a customer to wash their hands. But since I don't have a sink next to me, I'm just going to take my alcohol prep wipe, and I'm really getting in there to remove the oil from my nail. And I'm only doing a few because I'm only going to do a few. Remove that oil from your nail. You can also use a baby wipe. 25 plus years being a nail biter. High five, virtual high five, Chelsea, because I bit my nails all my life. And then when I found Jamberry, it was like, I thought to myself, and I still think to myself, how could you not love this stuff? This stuff is amazing. This is like these are like the best things ever. But that's another live video. Okay, so I just prepped my nails really good. Actually, I'm gonna clean up this nail too, because I'm going to apply a jam to this nail, which not sure like how we apply a clear jam over a color lacquer. Yeah, we can do that too, so I'm going to show you guys. So I just prepped and cleaned my nails really well. I have my Jamberry mini heater, which I said in the beginning is amazing. Nobody should be without one. Nobody. So most of you know that all sheets come with the clear backing. I have quite a few sheets here. So forgive me if, like I said, if you guys know already all about this, but this is just a refresher, and it's for the ladies who may not know all of these little things. So all of the sheets come with a clear backing, so you can gauge the size of the wrap to your nail. You always want to make sure that the size of the wrap is a little bit smaller than the size of your natural nail. And this is also an interesting kind of fact that I also tell my customers, and I say during my live parties, that, you know, when I'm explaining that you want a sliver of nail showing on either side, you know, most people are like, oh, I don't like that. And what I say is, you know, when you go to the salon and you get a gel mani or a polish, a manicure, or whether or even if you're doing it yourself, do you put the gel or polish on your skin? Like, no, we don't. So it's the same exact concept. You don't want the wrap to be touching any skin, just as if you wouldn't want any gel or polish on your skin. I mean, it's like, you know, so that's a good way to explain it to customers, especially if they're like, oh, well, I don't know if I can do that or if I like that. No, it's the same exact concept, and it's a good thing for them to kind of keep in the back of their mind when they're applying, by simply just reminding them that you wouldn't put nail polish on your skin, so don't put the wrap on your skin. Simple as that. So I'm just using a accent sheet. Like I said in the beginning, we use these to practice with. You always want to use something to help you peel the wrap away from the clear backing. See here, sometimes I don't, which is okay, because I basically know what I've done this so many times that I just kind of wing it sometimes. And speaking of, this is that Daydream wrap. This is also a beautiful wrap. If you're really like a neutral look, definitely get it. So I cut the wrap about halfway down, sometimes a little bit less because I keep my nails on the shorter side, and I just let it rest on my finger like that. Resting it down here below where it's not touching any nail, I know that I'm good. So I'm gonna move away some of these tools here. So this is, like I said, my cold 1, 2, 3 application method. Really never sell wraps without a heater. It invalidates the guarantee of using a hairdryer, yes. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting as close to the cuticle without touching the cuticle, and I'm just laying the wrap there. Ever so gently, I'm just laying it on top. I'm not pressing it down or anything. And I'm going to take a really good look to make sure it's in a good spot, because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, just a little bit. And actually, I think it's right on the money. So once you have it in a good spot and you know it's in a good spot, I rub a little bit down by the cuticle, and then I just rub straight down the middle. I still haven't heated it first, I'm just rubbing straight down the middle. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat one side using my mini heater. And what I'm going to do now is just rub down the middle and then rub down that side that I just heated with my finger. And my fingers are a little bit sweaty right now, so so this is interesting. And now I'm going to heat this side. You would not believe how hot it is here. I just can't believe it. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to rub down the middle and then rub, sorry, a truck just pulled outside and then rub down and out. So what this does is it basically ensures that you're not going to get any bubbles on the sides, up by the cuticle, or down by the tip. So this is awesome. I used and show this, yes, 1, 2, 3. So I use and show this method to everybody. Yes, I'm going to use the purple tool now. So I'm going to heat again just for good measure, and then I'm going to take my rubber cuticle pusher, which when I first started Jamberry, I just thought that this was like the best tool ever. I still do. Love it. And I'm just going to rub along the side, along the cuticle, down by the side, down by the tip. And of course, these are glossy wraps, and in my opinion, and I'm not sure if many of you will agree with me, I think glossy yep, poople tool. Glossy apply a little bit nicer and a little bit easier than the other finishes. They do for me anyway. The hardest one that I have, the one that I have the most trouble with would probably be the metallics. But I even have little tips and tricks for that as well, because, like, you know, I'm in it to win it, and I love it. Yes, always recommend glossy or clear for the first time. I would. Sometimes I don't like to because I don't want to push them away. Yes, I don't like to push them away from a design maybe that they're going to purchase, but I always kind of throw it in there that glossy is definitely an easier finish to work with, especially for your first time. So now I'm just going to take my nail file, and I'm always going to file in a downward motion along the tip of the nail to make sure that it comes off nice and smooth and we don't get a rough edge. Never up and down. I know that most of you know this, but just to be safe. And I always like to go in on the corners to make sure that there's never a rough edge in there. And there you have it. You see how nice and neutral this color is? If you guys don't have this color, this is really pretty. This, like I said, it's Daydream. It's super, super pretty. Yes, they are the easiest for a successful time. That's why, yes, I always send the glossy wraps as well. So I like to finish off with either a glass nail file or even the smooth edge of your buffer. And I just go in, I think it's a 45-degree angle, and I'll take a little bit of extra off the tip. This is just to make sure that it stays nice and smooth and doesn't fray. Those are kind of like the little bit of tips and tricks you'll learn along the way. And I always make sure that it's nice and smooth and straight. And there you have it. And of course, most of you know you don't wash your hands right away after applying, and you don't apply your oil or lotion right away after applying. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply this awesome wrap that I got in a trade. Yep, be jealous. Over this hair, which is High Noon. So since this is going to be my mani for the week, I want to make sure that this looks good. This is going to look so pretty and springy. I'm so excited about this. So one of the biggest tips when applying a wrap over a lacquer is to make sure that your lacquer is extremely dry. Do not apply a wrap over a lacquer that you have just polished. You want to make sure that your lacquer is super duper dry, or it's going to lift the lacquer away from the nail. So like the other finger, I'm just going to lay the wrap, or just place it there and make sure it's in a good spot. And if I need to reposition it because I know the lacquer is super dry, it's not going to peel the lacquer. Looks good to me. Oh, this is so pretty. I'm gonna heat it. I got this one in a trade. It's an exclusive. I traded it. I like my exclusive wraps. Like I got an Australian wrap from from a consultant in Australia, and it's so pretty. I don't know if I'll ever wear it, but I love collecting even my half sheets of exclusive designs. This is nothing fancy. It's just really pretty and dainty. I don't even know what the name of it is. All I know is that it was an exclusive from somewhere, and see, it's got those like little like pastel-y dots on it, but it's gonna look so pretty with the blue and the yellow. So I'm gonna file off my excess. I always like to wait as well. Like I'll do like, if I'm doing a full set, I'll go back to the first one that I started. But I don't have to wait with you guys. I'm just gonna go at it. And that's basically how we apply our jams. And it's so much fun. I know you guys, because you guys are all jam addicts yourselves, you know how awesome it is, but sometimes even watching somebody else apply. It's a Founder Club wrap. Now I need to put mine on. Oh, it is so pretty. I love it. And I'm gonna put another one over this one too. But look at how pretty that is. I am loving this succulent. Yes. And this high noon. I love it, love it, love it. So that's about it. Let me know if I forgot anything or if anybody has any questions. Anybody have any questions? I am like sweating over here. I didn't want to go on too long because almost into busting out unicorns. Oh, I should have waited till June, but you know what? I have so many unicorns. It's like, it's amazing. Like, but I can never have enough. Post a photo when you're done. I will happily. I love posting my Manny photos, especially ones that I'm super proud of. Holy cannoli, it is hot. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Any of the newbies who have watched, if you have any questions, let me know. I am definitely have gotten really, really good at my application here, lacquer and wrap. So thank you for those of you who watched. I love coming on here and interacting with you guys, since I only see some of you once a year at JamCon, which I am so excited about. Didn't you just have snow? Yes, I did. I was just saying, we had snow last week and we were wiping it off the cars, whatever, and like today it's 90 degrees. You guys are welcome. So like I said, I'm so excited for JamCon. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet or registered, do so now. We're gonna be glowing all over the place. I'm not sure what Manny I'm gonna do yet. I don't know, maybe the glow wrap, because I'm super excited. Oh no, we don't get that till registration, so I don't know, I'll have to find something. Maybe I'll pull out another unicorn and rock that. I'm not sure. So yes, you're welcome. So I'll talk to some of you soon, and have a great rest of your day.